Hi friends, this is Angelica. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have two Christmas cards to share with you, and I'm also going to be playing with the new Tim Holtz Distress Spritz. Scrapbook.com graciously sent me all 12 new colors, and this is the package that they sent me. So when you order from Scrapbook.com right now, you are going to get a holiday guide, gift guide card in your package, and you also get a card of who packed all your goodies up for you. Here are the 12 new sprays, and we'll look closer at them in just a minute. I also received these papers. I wasn't expecting them, so that was a pleasant surprise. I especially love the Jolly, the colors in the Jolly paper pad. These Christmas colors are so fun. Now let's talk about the new Distress Spritz sprays. There are 12 new colors and they coordinate with the ink line of Distress products. Now the spritz have pearlized pigments in a clear fluid, and when you spray them onto your paper, you get a really beautiful shimmery background. So I'm going to swatch all the colors out and then we'll look at each swatch. And this is how I swatched them. I blended a little bit of Distress Oxide on one sheet of mixed media paper, and then I sprayed another just white sheet so you can see what they look like on top of ink and then by themselves. We're going to start with Lumberjack Plaid, which is one of my favorite reds in the Distress ink line. It's just a gorgeous cool toned red. Then there's Crackling Campfire, Tattered Rose, Squeezed Lemonade, Bundled Sage, Rustic Wilderness, which is a stunning green, perfect for Christmas, Salvage Patina, Broken China, Faded Jeans, Villainous Potion, Hickory Smoke, which is the most shimmery spray out of this bundle, in my opinion anyway. And then Frayed Burlap. Now, these are just the sprays on mixed media paper, and they are in the same order. The pigments do look like they've moved a little bit, and that's because I used my blow dryer just to help speed up the drying process. Now we have looked at the swatches, we're going to jump right into card making, and I'm going to use the swatches as the colors for my die cutting. So I'm starting with Frayed Burlap, and I am going to make a card with a Christmas bear on it. So the Frayed Burlap is going to be the perfect color for this little bear. I used the white mixed media paper with just the spray on it for the lighter areas for this cute little bear. There's also accessories to decorate the bears, so I'm going to just cut small pieces of the Lumberjack Plaid and the white mixed media paper with Tattered Rose sprayed on it. I'm using Spellbinder's Platinum Scout to do all of my die cutting, and I just love this little machine. Having it on my desk, especially with these little dies. I tend to lose little dies, so any die cutting I can do with a little machine, I do. So this is the Rose Quartz machine that is only available at scrapbook.com. I'm going to assemble the bear now with glue, and I have my reverse tweezers. I'm also going to be using a craft tool to help me pick up those really small pieces and put them on the bear, especially his eyes and the inside of his ears. Those are really tiny pieces. How cute is that hat? I love it, and the Lumberjack Plaid was the perfect red for it. Now for the ears, I used Tattered Rose, and I used the swatch that does have the Distress Oxide ink under the spritz. The eyes and mouth and nose, I did use just regular brown cardstock, and that's the only part on the bear that does not have shimmer on it. All I have to do is just add on that little hat, and then we're going to move on to die cutting a sentiment. And I am going to be using scrapbook.com's Happy Holidays Christmas Sentiments 2 die set. I'll be using Happy Holidays, and there is a shadow die for the words to sit on. So I'm going to die cut the background with Lumberjack Plaid the swatch. And then I die cut the words out of white cardstock and just gave them a quick coat of Tattered Rose Spritz. And now I'm going to glue the pieces onto the shadow. I'm going to get that last piece down, and then I will flash this really quickly in the light so you can see the shimmer. It is so pretty in person. Again, the lumberjack plaid just sits so beautifully on top of the Distress Oxide ink. Now I have my die cutting done. I do want to stencil a background before I put the card together. So I am going to use scrapbook.com's Snowflakes Stencil, and I'm going to attach that to my waffle flower grip mat, and that's going to hold my stencil in place. And I'm going to stencil right onto white cardstock and using Pinkfresh Studios Warm Buff ink. I'm going to pull the stencil back here just a little bit and make sure I have enough ink on the panel before I take the stencil all the way off. It looked great. So now we just need to assemble the card. I first put the panel onto a card base, and then I backed the sentiment with 1mm foam adhesive, and I added a little bit of glue to the adhesive just so I can wiggle that sentiment into place if I put it on the card a little crooked. I used the same foam adhesive for the bear. Just put it on the upper part of the bear because I am going to cut the bottom part off. I love doing little peekaboo animal cards, so that's what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to put them at the bottom of the card, attach them with the foam adhesive, and then I'll cut off the rest with my paper trimmer. Here's the final card, and I'm going to move it a little bit so the light can dance off that shimmer, and I just love it. It's so fun and festive, but I only used a few colors on this card, so I wanted to use most of the colors, if not all. So I pulled out the nested stockings die and used one of the smaller stockings in the die set to die cut a rainbow of stockings. Before I attached the stockings to the card panel, I did stamp it with a sentiment from Mary's Sentiments. And now I'm going to use my Make Art Station to help me add the stockings so they're straight and they are evenly spaced. This is such a convenient tool for me to have when I'm making cards like this. The zero center ruler and the grid lines just make this whole project so much easier. I attached the stockings with 1mm foam adhesive for a little dimension, and then attached the panel to a slimline card base. I realized I had not used the Hickory Smoke swatch yet, and that was the most shimmery one out of all of the colors. So I decided to die cut little bows, and this die is from the Bow Toppers die set. This is the smallest bow in that die set. And I just die cut a bow for each stocking and attach the bow with a little bit of glue. Now we'll take one final look at the cards. Again, the cute shimmery bear and the stockings. I did not use the bundled sage stocking on the card because the rustic wilderness was just enough green, I thought. So that is what the bundled sage color looks like as a stocking. And then here's the adorable slimline card. I love how clean and simple this card is. These colors are now available, and I will link them down below to scrapbook.com, and I will also leave a link to my gallery at scrapbook.com where you're going to find pictures of these projects and all of the other projects I've made. And I'll also link their coupon page, and you definitely want to go to the coupon page and grab the discount code that they're offering, and there will be free goodies that you can put in your cart. That is all that I have for today. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care, friends.